that one? What
That's for sure.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
We're going to be joined by from the Daily Blast Live. There he is from the Daily Blast.
Speaking of hot chocolate.
That's awkward. It's Al Jackson.
I'll take hot chocolate all day and twice on Sunday. Come on now.
Yeah.
Josh, DM me. Slide up in there.
I'm not a fan of that song. Sorry. Do you like that song?
Of hot chocolate? Is that a song?
I Believe in Miracles.
Do you remember
from Hot Chocolate?
Oh, I believe in miracles.
That's
I don't know. It seems like certain songs were made unknowingly just for like food commercials today. Like that's like one of those, almost like 2 tickets to paradise is for every like Travelocity commercial. Not, it's like but I don't know. When would you listen to that song?
Right now.
This is everyone's a winner.
This is like where you are. 2 hours into a wedding on the dance floor.
Yeah.
When you're making eyes, you know you're about to hook up.
Have you ever seen a more angry face than Tom has on right now?
Yeah, that's because Willie's expressing joy, and Tom is like, let's get to the fun segment. Enough of this.
Well, here's the song. Here, turn that one off. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one you wanted to play.
Yeah, I believe in miracles.
That guitar.
I hate the guitar.
Love it.
Some buxom blonde in a 70s dance club.
It's got awful strings.
Doing a rail off the erect shaft of a...
All right, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, Josh.
I bet you like that vocal, too. The sexy thing.
We used when I would paint...
Got the scissors.
Al, when I would paint houses, I'd be up on a ladder. And if that's one of the songs, if that would come on, I would climb down the ladder.
Wow.
To turn the radio off and get paint all over the radio.
That's like something that movie, A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks is about, just a curmudgeon that just shuts off joy and calls the HOA about a 6-year-old's birthday party going on past hours.
No, Al, I was 22 years old hating that song.
Oh, it starts early. You know what though, Tom? I like that you've been a consistent man your entire life. I really like that you never bend.
Al, I would be remiss if I did not mention we have a facial hair thing. I'm not sure what that's called. It's
I got a little patch here with the mustache. It's a little French artesian. Andre 3000, circa 1998.
It's way below the lip. It's not a soul patch. But it's more like you dipped your chin in.
Oh God! Here we go.
Hot chocolate. What's happening down there?
I don't know. I haven't shaped it up yet, and I'm trying to do that thing. I'm trying to cheap out on things now. I don't know about you guys. I find myself actively withdrawing from the economy, and here's what I mean by that. I just found that I make my coffee at home. I try to be economical. And I treated myself the other day, Christy. I was getting a haircut, and my barber wasn't ready, so I got a cup of coffee. I got a hot latte, which I never do. I drink my coffee black like I'm working third shift usually. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me get fancy. I got a small hot latte in a working class neighborhood, and it was $9.18. And I was like, I can't. I took a screenshot, put on the thread. Like, I can't. Like, what is happening with prices where now everything is backbreaking? You should just be like, we all know Disney World. Okay, we get it. But now it's everywhere where you're like, bro, I know what this place is. These are Costco fish sticks, which is fine. This is Costco ketchup. This is fine at this bar. But why is it $22 now? What's happening with the prices? There used to be like dive bars that had happy hours. It just seems like everything is like, I told you, I ordered that large pizza. I got a large pizza and a medium pizza. And that's usually a deal. I didn't even look at it when I paid for it. And I looked at my Postmates, and it was $70.
Oh,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
70. Josh, I will never. Like where you're like, did somebody get my card? I don't order out much, maybe once every 3 months, and it was so. I'm like, what? I don't know what is happening, but it's noticeable now. And I don't like it. I'm starting to get, I'm like Tom on that ladder now. I'm like, what's going on? Stop the fun.
Yeah.
So I'm confused what the beard has to do with this.
Oh, so I'm skipping a week of getting a haircut. And so I gotta shape it myself. So I'll do that this morning.
Because it looks like the beard's a little bit to the east as I look at you.
To the east.
Oh, it looks pretty centered to me.
You think it's
I
centered?
think he's got some white hair.
Right. I think what might be throwing is a little bit of, there's a longer gray hair on one side.
This is thanks, guys.
No.
I feel like an old man.
So, Al,
I should be sitting on a tree stump giving advice to kids.
now, Al, if you just grow it out, because it's the size of a postage stamp, if you just grow it out for like a year, you will officially have a weird beard.
Tom, I'm on a national TV show. I'm not a roadie for Cypress Hill. I can't have a gigantic chin beard.
The Scott Ian kind of chin jutting out thing.
It looks good, Al.
Yeah, are they gonna, do they, in your contract with Daily Blast Live, which is a national...
Oh, I just renewed yesterday for 3 more years. Yay!
And I like the new format, by the way. Do they have the... what's the word I'm looking for? Can they say to you, "Hey Al, lose the beard. Hey Al, don't wear those glasses," or "Hey Al, cut your hair"? Do they have any?
Tom, I am a whore for money. They can tell me anything, and I will do it. Anything. And I keep texting that to my boss, and he's not taking my hint. Anything.
Okay. Well, you always look very handsome on the show. You always are dressed up.
Well, thank you, sir.
Look
Yeah,
very good.
Who knew? I love wearing suits, man. I love it. I really do. my dad wore suits his whole life. And I thought it was so classy. And I got to stand up. I was like, I guess it's track suits. And no, I get a chance to throw on some suits every once in a while. I'm here for it.
Making your dad proud.
You always look very
Thank
handsome.
you. Shout out to Otha out there swirling in the clouds.
Yeah.
Now, Al, we were talking about the spelling bee, which I hate. They make a big deal out of it. I think it's a complete waste of everyone's time. But they're always spelling words no one's ever heard of. It's utterly pointless. But speaking of words, your job is to educate me into the world of the hip, the lingo, the inside words used on the street.
Yeah, that's where I am. That's where you can find me.
As I ease my way back to the street.
Come on back, Tom.
In these streets. Back to the streets.
Ease on down the road.
I'm having trouble easing my way into the streets, Al, because there's so much construction by where I live. You can't actually access them.
Okay,
But
the
that's
streets don't talk about construction a lot, but we'll get to that. We'll talk about that on a text thread. Tom,
Yes.
please use the phrase booming.
Booming?
Booming. You can
Boom.
take the G off. Booming.
Booming. I mean, it's not the obvious. Business is booming.
No.
Is it referencing a party? As that party was booming?
You technically you could, but that's not where I would usually.
So it's not the obvious.
Is it
doesn't-
referencing ESPN broadcaster Chris Berman, who is known as Boomer, by any chance?
I wish. Shout out. One of
Al,
my-
can a woman's
please.
can a woman's backside be booming?
It can, and I think Josh just stole the round like Family Feud.
Boom.
Yeah.
Is this a reference to? Is this a reference to the great song "Baby's Got Back"? Is this referring to a large,
I don't know.
it's a Fergie
voluminous
song.
butt?
Fergie song,
Yeah, I mean,
she says boom, 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 and she's talking about her butt.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
See, but I just always see I am more something about Mary. I'm looking at this in the totalitarianism of it. So I always looked at the entire body as booming. So you'd be like,
Okay.
yo, I saw this girl, dude, body was booming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
Tom, but since you took it there, if we are just talking about somebody's rear end, what food would we use to describe that?
Oh yeah.
what food?
Sure.
You know this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know
Oh, I know this. Is, I do. This is. She has a sliced onion.
Sliced.
Well,
Boom onion?
Bloomin' onion. Is that it?
no, but boom and onion's very
Outback.
funny there.
That Sheila's got a booming
Oh,
onion.
bloomin' onion.
Onion does apply to the ass.
Yes.
It does. It does. I'm
that
thinking
means it's
dessert. I should be more specific, Josh. Dessert.
Right.
Dessert. Cakes.
Tom, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
There she goes.
Baby's got back with large cakes.
She's all caked up.
Al, he immediately said, "Oh,
Look how-
okay,
When-
of course."
But Chick, when he said it, he sat up and smiled.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah,
was
he
just
did.
like, all right, Tom. Now let's take us out with a bang because you've done quite well today.
Thank you.
Tom. Tell me what it. Do this. Use the phrase "blow up my spot," and tell me what does it mean.
Blow up my spot.
Yes.
Let's see now.
And no, it's not from an urban production of Macbeth. Blow up my spot.
That's excellent. I was admiring that rather than laughing. That's a brilliant joke, Josh. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Say it. How does it phrase it again properly? It's
Well, you know, Christy didn't mean anything by it, but she was kind of blowing up my spot a little bit. What am I telling you?
This would be upstaging you. You were in a particular situation, and she blew up my spot. No? Okay, no.
No.
Josh, your thoughts? Willie?
I would have guessed that.
I think it's kind of trashing on somebody. You're blowing up my spot. I'm doing my thing, and you're making me feel bad about it. You're blowing up my spot.
No, this is kind of like mid '90s.
Is it a positive thing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, how many positive blown up spots can you name, Tom?
Well, she had a small butt, but now she's blowing up that spot, and now it's like cakes. It's like cakes going, like her cakes are going boom, boom, boom.
Touche.
Oh, God.
Christy, you got a guess for me?
I do not.
Wait,
Okay, Jess, any of it?
Boom, boom.
Oh, there you go.
do you recognize this, Al? A little bit of John Lee Hooker.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Boom, boom, boom.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is so perfect.
Here he comes.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down.
Okay, nothing is better than that in the universe.
Can you imagine being in a juke joint?
Oh,
4 dark
love
whiskeys
it.
deep.
Oh.
There's no bouncer. There's no, cops outside. It's just you on a riverbed, hot. Everybody's wearing a suit, even though it's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And just Mississippi, just like that. That's like real freedom, to just. I mean,
And
it was such a tumultuous time, but just like that. Like now it's just like everything is like controlled. Like I would say, even with the legal weed, which I'm fine with in a way, it's still like it's like having a party, but your parents are like, we got to be upstairs, where it's like kind of it's not really, but they're there, but you kind of have the basement. I kind of like that John Lee Hooker, like, yeah, there's some adults in here tonight. We got some fun. But if we're
that
saying
may be
blowing up the spot,
oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
that's an interesting one. No, it's like trying to tell somebody's business and it might jam them up. So if I see Josh talking to a young, good-looking fan after a show, and I don't know what's going on, Josh is a very faithful man, but if he wasn't, I was like, hey, Josh, did your wife ever get your contact information for my party? And the girl's like, oh, I thought you were approaching me like you were single. Yeah. And Josh is like, well, Al blown on my spot. It's just like information you don't want divulged and trying to like kind of, it's a low key, like kind of shade you move a little bit.
Interesting.
So Tom, I need to hear blowing up spot in a sentence.
Okay, this is I can handle this.
Tom, you got this.
So let's once again have the scenario in which Josh is who is a single man, by the way, in which
Yes.
Josh is orchestrating some kind of horizontal mambo with some loose fan. Oh, and I overhear him, and she's talking about how she's vegan, and Josh is going, "Oh, that's funny. So am I." And I walk up and go, "Hey, Josh, the hot dogs are ready." See, I'm blowing up the spot.
What?
Yes, it may be in Mayberry. Yeah, that's a very nice way to blow up somebody's spot. Tom, let's take us out with a word that's going to be tough because it was a word that was early in hip hop, very West Coast. Tom, what does scanless mean?
Scanless?
Scanless.
Without scan.
Is scan short for scandal? No.
Tom, that's a walk-off.
No, it is
Tom,
a walk. The whole
Tom,
word is
yeah.
short for.
Tom, because the word scandalous, you could be like, oh, don't mess with her. She's scandalous, but it just got shortened to scandalous. But I was like, there's no way Tom will get that. And Tom, you got it right off the bat. That's when you just watch the ball go out and you just drop the bat. And the pitcher's like, I'm going to throw it at your head the next time you come at the plate. That's how much of a walk-off that was. So, Tom, with that, I want to say, well done this week, sir.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Very, very good. Al Jackson is one of my favorite human beings, and Al is seen on DBL, the Daily Blast Live. Are you doing any outings as a DJ or as a comedian this summer?
I am. I have a bunch of dates. I'm publishing my new website as of this morning. I just have to transfer the domain name over. So all my new dates will be up there, and I'll send them to Justin and everybody, and they'll post that. But yeah, I'm actually DJing and emceeing my girl Erica Cobb's event here. I haven't DJ'd since pre-pandemic, so we'll see. I need to dust off I literally have to practice DJing in the house, like what an older gentleman I am. But yes, I will be DJing, and I think I might DJ a little bit this summer. I like that.
Good.
And by the way, the particular shirt you're wearing, it looks like you could be on a spaceship. That looks like the uniform some space cadet would wear.
Well, if you notice, like the longer the show goes, Chick and I start dressing more and more like we're both kind of tracksuits. We're both black men. It's happening,
Tell it.
Yeah, Al, you look like a strength trainer at Northwestern University.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very, very purple. Yeah, all right.
I look like a disgraced track coach that has some text messages that were leaked. So yeah,
Al, are you gonna keep the facial hair, and if so, are you gonna pluck the one white hair, or are you gonna dye
well,
it?
clearly it's more than one, but now I thought that was like my little wisdom piece. But now, I'm gonna have to go stare in the mirror now and be like, are you really this old? This is like the beginning of a Just for Men commercial.
Tom was just focused on it. I'm sorry about
Look,
that.
it's salt and pepper, man. Very distinguished. Good look for you.
Yeah, but it's just one dash of salt and it's very pronounced. And now I see it in the camera. Tom, you were right there.
Sorry.
Fixate on it and embarrass me in front of the country. I appreciate it.
I'm sure
Way to blow up his spot.
I'm sure your dad would want you to
Well
shave
done,
it.
Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Al. You're the best. God,
Love you.
Hey, I love y'all.
so good.